You know, chances are your children have a Christmas wish list that includes some type of maybe a smartphone, an iPad, or video game.
That's right. But before you fill that request, consider some new warnings about screen time, including a groundbreaking new study from the National Institutes of Health.
It suggests screens are physically changing the brains of adolescents. And tonight, Denver 7's Russell Haythorne is taking a 360 look at screen time and kids. How much is too much?
If the best days end with dirty clothes, the Coonan kids should consider themselves lucky. Their mom, Audrey, prefers them to spend time outdoors.
To see what they're pretending and what they're acting out, or the inventions they make, or the games they play.
But just like many other kids, they also spend time in front of screens.
It's funny.
Many experts view too much screen time as an epidemic.
Because binging in life is not great.
And our kids are glued to their iPhones, tablets, iPads, computers, and Xboxes. This 360 look brings us 6 different perspectives. The child psychologist with a chilling warning. The mom fighting a losing battle. The educator who just said no to all devices. The other educator who analyzes that. The other mom who limits screen time. But we start with this former Google programming whiz who says we're all spending way too much time immersed in our screens.
This problem is underneath all other problems.
Tristan Harris is a Silicon Valley insider.
If you didn't know, Snapchat is the #1 way that teenagers in the United States communicate.
Harris says phones are like slot machines. The programmers behind the apps are giving your children rewards, so they'll come back over and over and over.
And because this is profitable, it's only going to get worse.
That brings us to Dr. Jenna Glover at Children's Hospital, Colorado.
We really are potentially opening them up to moving towards addiction.
Glover says the average kid between 8 and 18 is now in front of a screen for, get this, 7 hours a day.
Far beyond what the recommendations are. Parents should be scared.
Mother of 3, Jeray Fulton, was starting to worry.
He would play all day, every day if I would let him.
She's talking about the game Fortnite and her 11-year-old son, but it didn't stop there. Her 6-year-old was headed down the same path.
He's attention-seeking. He's always saying inappropriate things. He gets his mouth washed out with soap probably like 3 times a week. So it's a never-ending battle.
So Fulton made a change about 5 weeks ago. She and her husband limited their 11-year-old to just 12 hours a week with Fortnite games and other devices. And she took the devices away from her 6-year-old entirely.
After about a week of everything being gone, he goes, "Mom, when am I not grounded anymore?" I go, "Buddy, this is your new reality."
That new reality has been a game changer.
He's a different kid now. Nothing else changed, except for the fact that we took away all the screens.
And that brings us to our school administrator.
Technology is nothing new in education. Technology giants are always trying to get technology into the classroom.
But they haven't succeeded getting into these classrooms.
Our philosophy really is based on the fact that teachers are hired to teach.
At Northern Colorado Christian Academy, or NCCA, Principal Adrian Haythorne describes the school as low-tech by design. Kids are not only prohibited from bringing cell phones, they have no laptops, no iPads, and no desktop computers.
Some of our teachers may have a laptop, they may have an iPad in there, but it's really limited to their use and their discretion when to use it.
NCCA's test scores are perhaps the best indication of how its model is working. All grade levels here score in the 70th percentile or higher on the Iowa Basics.
Putting them in front of an iPad or a tablet in the classroom does not equal better test scores.
But are those kids less proficient with technology?
We talk a lot about media use in the classroom.
Dr. Lisa Hagan is a professor at Metro State who teaches future teachers how to teach our children.
By the time they get to high school, they should be able to use Word, Excel, PowerPoints.
Yet Hagan says even kids who grow up with very little technology are still proficient. She uses the example of one of her recent students.
She said, raised by hippies, in a van, they didn't have any technology all growing up.
Yet when she got to college,
it's no problem for her.
Hagan says schools like NCCA are helping, not hindering.
So I really don't think that it's going to hinder them in any way.
What do we got here?
It's that expert advice that motivates Audrey. She only allows her kids an hour of screen time a day.
I'll say, what happened to you?
So how do you navigate all this as a parent? Most experts agree. Kids under 2 should have no screen time at all. Kids 2 to 7, no more than 1 hour a day, including TV. And kids 8 to 18, no more than 2 hours a day.
This matters holistically for kids' health.
Because experts say it's better for young minds and bodies to think outside the box.
We'd love to hear from you on this. How do you handle screen time with your kids? Please email us 360@thedenverchannel.com or join the conversation on the Denver 7 Facebook and Twitter pages.